Hello and welcome, channel where we explore the fascinating world of music. In today's video, we're going to talk about forms of music. What are they, how do they work, and why are they important? If you're curious about these questions, then stay tuned because we have a lot of interesting information for you. But before we start, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you want to support us and get access to exclusive content and perks, you can join our Patreon community by clicking the link in the description. Now, let's get into it. What is form in music? Form in music is the way that a piece of music is organized and structured. It's like the blueprint or the skeleton of a musical work. It tells us how the different parts of the music relate to each other, how they repeat, contrast, or develop, and how they create a sense of unity and variety. Form in music is important because it helps us understand and appreciate the music better. It helps us follow the musical ideas, recognize the patterns, anticipate the changes, and feel the emotions. It also helps composers and performers create and communicate their musical intentions more effectively. Types of forms in music. There are many types of forms in music, but we can group them into four basic categories: iterative, reverting, strophic, and progressive. Iterative form. Iterative form is when the same phrase or section is repeated over and over again without any change or variation. This is the simplest and most basic form of music. It creates a strong sense of stability and continuity, but it can also be boring and monotonous if used too much. An example of iterative form is a loop or an ostinato. A loop is a short segment of sound that is repeated continuously. An ostinato is a repeated musical pattern that usually accompanies a melody or a harmony. You can find examples of loops and ostinatos in many genres of music, such as electronic music, hip-hop, rock, pop, and classical music. Reverting form. Reverting form is when a phrase or section is restated after a contrasting one. This creates a sense of contrast and balance between the different parts of the music. The most common reverting form is binary form. Binary form. Binary form is when a piece of music has two sections, A and B. The A section usually introduces the main theme or melody, while the B section presents a different theme or melody. The A section can be repeated before or after the B section, creating different variations of binary form: AB, AAB, ABA. Binary form can be found in many types of music, such as dances, marches, songs, sonatas, symphonies, and concertos. A famous example of binary form is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which has two sections: A, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and B, How I Wonder What You Are. Strophic form. Strophic form is when a larger melodic entity is repeated over and over again with different lyrics or stanzas. This creates a sense of coherence and familiarity between the different parts of the music. The most common strophic form is song form. Song form. Song form is when a piece of music has one main melody that is sung with different words each time. The melody can be accompanied by different harmonies or instruments to create some variation. Song form is very popular in vocal music, such as folk songs, hymns, ballads, pop songs, rap songs, and musicals. An example of song form is Amazing Grace, which has one melody that is sung with different verses each time. The melody can be harmonized with different chords or sung by different voices to create some contrast. Progressive form. Progressive form is when a piece of music has new melodic material that is continuously presented without repeating any previous sections. This creates a sense of novelty and development between the different parts of the music. The most common progressive form is through composed form. Through composed form. Through composed form is when a piece of music has no repetition or return of any previous sections. Each section sounds like something completely different from the others. Through composed form can be very complex and unpredictable, but it can also be very expressive and creative. Through composed form can be found in many types of music, such as Lieder, German art songs, operas, symphonic poems, orchestral works that tell a story, and some jazz compositions. An example of through composed form is Erlkönig, by Franz Schubert, which has 4 different characters, the narrator, the father, the son, and the Erlking, singing with different melodies and accompaniments. So these are some of the main types of forms in music: iterative, repeating, reverting, contrasting, strophic, singing, and progressive, developing. Of course, there are many more types and variations of forms in music that we didn't cover in this video, but we hope this gave you a good overview and introduction to this topic. That's all for today's video on forms of music. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please show your support by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And don't miss our next video on musical genres and styles, where we'll explore the diversity and richness of music. Thank you for watching and see you next time.